Hi, friends. Welcome back to Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF, the podcast. This is your host, Michaela Falar. I'm an intuitive, energetic healer, and I'm here to help you get unstuck, heal your shit, and take your power back. We are using intuition to guide you to get over your blocks. We are skyrocketing your self-worth, your self-image, and so much. Today, I want to chat with you about goal setting. Yeah. As it is so important to set goals, big and small. Let's not forget the small. It is also extremely important to love the journey. And I've already touched on this a little bit in one of my episodes previously. It's literally called Love the Journey. But today I had a realization, and so I wanted to share this realization with you because it might open your eyes to something if you are working towards something that's really big right now. So I was full force, full time in network marketing. I worked my way up to the top 2% of a network marketing company that I thought that I was going to be doing for the rest of my life. However, that clearly is not the case. I am choosing to go down a completely different path. I think that network marketing is great. It's entrepreneurship on training wheels. However, there are a few things that I don't really love about it that I decided I can completely build my own business from the ground up and, see where that takes me. And I'm in control of that. And also nobody can take it away or nobody else can tell me how to run my business. So here we are, building a life coaching business using my intuition, and it's just been exciting so far, and I can't wait to see where it goes. The realization that I had today was that during my journey in network marketing, I thought that getting to the top 2% of that company was literally going to change my life. Like, I thought that it was going to be the one thing that would make everything better. And that is because that was the picture that I was painted. And that's how it is for most things, right? For most jobs and positions or goals that you hit, whatever it may be. When you reach this goal, then you'll have XYZ, or I'll feel this way. Or when you get this job and have this title, I'll feel more valued, or I'll, get more praise and people will like me better. Or when I have a Louis Vuitton bag and drive a Benz, I'll feel better about myself. Like I'm worth more. And it's just sad that we get wrapped up in all of these external things that we think are going to make us feel better about ourselves. And the reality is that it's not. It's not. It might put a Band-Aid on it. It might make you feel good for a little bit, but ultimately that same lingering feeling is going to come back and bite you in the ass. And I say that because I know it for a fact, because I've lived it. I thought that getting to the top 2% of this network marketing company was going to be like literally, like I said, I thought it was going to be life-changing. And mind you, I had some life-changing experiences from network marketing. I met some incredible people. I made some great friends. And I made some money along the way, which was great. However, like I said, some things I didn't love about it, which is why I've decided to change my route. But I thought that getting to the top 2% was going to make me, I just thought it was going to make me feel better about where I was in life. I thought that I was going to be more successful, be seen as more successful. And honestly, I was seen as this amazing, successful person because honestly, getting to the top 2% of that company, it ain't easy. Getting to the top 2% of anything isn't easy, right? It takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And I had that. But what sucked was when I got it, and then nothing changed. I woke up the next day, I felt the same. My bank account looked the same. I thought that I was going to be making an extreme amount more, and I didn't. And that sucked and that hurt, big time. And it also made me realize that I wasn't really in it because anymore because I loved the business as a whole. I wanted to just like get successful so that I could like live a easier financially free life. And I thought that getting to this title was going to like make that happen for me. But the reality is that what it took for me to get to where I was in that business wasn't sustainable for me or my lifestyle. I don't care if I can work from anywhere, if I have to be a slave to my phone everywhere I go to like answer somebody's question about whether or not they can do X, Y, and Z. Like that's not, I don't want my business to run me. And that's how I felt in my network marketing business. So that's why I decided, like, one of the reasons I decided to not do it anymore. And there are some people that love it and that stick with it and can do it for forever, but man, it ain't me. Like, I don't want to live my life where my business runs me. I want to run my business, and I know for a fact that that's capable because I see other people doing it. And I desire to have a business that looks like that. And because I see other people doing it and I desire that, I know that it's possible for me because everything that we desire is already ours. We just have to be willing to do the work necessary to get there, which is exactly what I'm doing. So when I first started my network marketing business, it was extremely authentic and it felt so natural because I loved the products. I loved all the products. I loved all of the community. I loved the fact that it gave me something to do during a time where not a lot of people had a lot to do. It was during 2020, which we all know what happened in that year. It gave me a source of income when all of my income had been taken away because at that time I was managing a gym and I was also personal training and I was bartending, which all of those places got shut down. So literally my network marketing business was the only thing that I had. And if I had not had that during that time, I probably would have gone insane and I would have freaked out too because obviously financially that would have been it already was devastating. So it was a lot. It was hard. But like I didn't even then, like I wasn't in it really for like I wasn't in it for the money. I knew the money was there. I knew that it was possible for me to make money doing this business, but ultimately I loved the products and I loved the way that they made me feel and how they worked with me, my body, my skin, and I loved the community and I just like was screaming from the rooftops about it because I was like I loved it. And honestly, to this day, it's the longest job that I've ever been able to hold. And the reason that is because it was my own job. Like it was my own business. Nobody told me when I had to go in and work it, except for like a few parties and whatnot. But, you know, that's all up to you if you want to like go to those or if you don't want to go to those. Ultimately, I ended up not wanting to go to those. Oh, man. It's bringing back some memes. But moral of the story here. I'm happy for like the journey that it took me down and how much I learned because like I said it's entrepreneurship on training wheels and I learned so much about what it takes to run a business and start a business, and that it is hard work. It's not all rainbows and butterflies, and there are ups and downs. And I realized that if you're not in it for the right reasons, that it will literally just burn to the ground. Which, when I first started it, like I said, I loved it. It was great. It was authentic. And then eventually the passion and, started to dwindle. I started realizing things about it that I didn't love. Um, I started to realize that I just wasn't passionate about sharing it anymore. And it felt like too salesy. Like, I understand as salespeople, we have to be salesy, but like when it starts to feel unauthentic, or you feel like you're bothering someone, or you have to like do a bunch of reach outs to like beg people to buy things from you, that's not ever going to be me again. I will never beg anyone to buy anything from me ever again. I will never ask somebody to please help me buy this product so that I can hit my goal of X this month. Like, absolutely fucking not. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't do it anymore. Like, I just decided, like, that's not what I want. That's not a business that I want. That's not the tone that I want to set for my business. I know the value that I bring to the table. I know that the products and services that I have now are incredible and so valuable. And I'm so excited to, like, continue to do them and to do these sessions and to help people through this work that I'm doing now, which is intuitive energetic healing and life coaching through intuition. Like, this is what I am meant to do. And I'm so excited to see where it takes me. But it took me growing my network marketing business and building it and then basically letting it crash to the ground in order to like realize what I actually was aligned to do. And has this been easy? Absolutely not. Is it fun to like scratch everything that you've built and to build something else completely from scratch? No. It's hard, it's scary, you're full of fear and doubt, and but the thing is, like, why would you stay in something that you hate? Why would you stay in something that isn't serving your highest good or making you feel like a better person or making others feel like they're a better person? Why would you stay in something like that? I understand having a job to get you from A to B, but ultimately, like, you got to keep your, the main thing, the main thing. So when I started to realize that I just felt gross, like I started getting the ick in my network marketing business and I needed to change something, my whole life just blew up in front of my face. And I was like, all right, let's go, let's do this. And I pivoted and I had no idea what I was going to do. And eventually, obviously within the, year, I figured it out and here we are now. But it's a scary time. But you can't let that fear get to you because everything that you desire is on the other side of that fear. Everything. And a lot of people let that fear get to them and let them, it like makes them feel stuck. And the reason that you feel stuck is because you're just in this hamster wheel of doing the same shit every day. You don't even like what you're doing. Um, so it's like, yeah, you're going to feel stuck because but you're not doing anything about it either. So it's like, what do you expect to change? Nothing's going to change if you don't change it. Everything's going to stay the same and you can put it off until tomorrow or in a month or when I'm 28. I had these two interactions. One was a guy who had the most incredible voice and I was like, you have an incredible voice. Like, what are you doing here? He worked at like a gas station. I was like, what are you doing? You should have like a podcast. And he's like, I've been really wanting to do this podcast. It's been on my mind for a while, but everyone's doing it. So I didn't do it. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? No. Like think of all the people, think of all the companies that make clothing. If I'm just trying to think of clothing that brands that everyone knows, but like, if Rip Curl was like, oh, the creator of Rip Curl was like, oh, I don't want to create bathing suits because there's already so many different bathing suit companies. Like, what? No. People, CEOs, people who are successful don't think like that. They don't think, oh, well, it's already being done, so I can't do it. Like, absolutely not. So I encouraged him to like start his podcast. Another guy was like in a little shopping mall and he was like talking about how he was young. And I got to talking with him about traveling. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, when I'm 28, 30, that's when I'll travel. I'm like, no, you won't. Like, if you don't, I was like, have you actually made a plan? Have you written out your plan to travel when you turn 28? You're literally 21 years old. It takes you 6 to 7 years to like figure out what where you want to travel to or what you need to save. Like, aren't you like, you're literally, he was living with his parents. He is just here for summer, for school. Like, he has all the opportunity in the world. He has nothing holding him back. No girlfriend, no kids, no nothing that's holding him back. Literally, he's just working this job in retail for the summer for fun to like save up money. But I'm like, okay, well, are you actually saving it to like travel like you want? And he's like, well, some, but like he has no action plan. And if you guys don't make a plan, like it's never gonna happen. And I had to tell him that. And sometimes you just got to buy the fucking plane ticket and get on the plane and go. Anyways, don't let fear hold you back. Stop saying tomorrow, stop saying next month, or it's never going to happen. You just got to start. It doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, look at me, this podcast. Like, I don't even have an intro or an outro. I'm editing these by myself. Sometimes I mess up the edits. Like, I don't care. I'm doing it. It's going to take years for me to grow this podcast, maybe months, maybe years. I don't know. But either way, I'm doing it because it's fun. I like it. I love it. I know that I'm helping people. And that's all I care about. And I don't care if it's perfect. And for a long time, I did. I let it get to me. I let the perfection in me take over that. And then I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do it. And then I bought the equipment and here we are. But in your journey, remember that that's exactly what this is, a journey. It's a beautiful story that you're writing every single day. And it is 110% up to you to change the narrative and to take control of your life. If you are working towards some big, humongous goal and you are not enjoying that journey, I want you to start. And I also want you to create a goal that's after this big, humongous goal. And I also want you to create a goal that's like a lifelong goal. Like, my lifelong goal is to be happy and successful. Like, that's all. And honestly, I already have that. I already am happy. I am successful. Doesn't matter how much money somebody has in the bank account. It doesn't matter how much they post on social media proving that they're happy. It doesn't matter if they have all of their ducks in a row and their life doesn't look perfect, or they're a certain age and they don't have a husband, or they're not married or a wife, or they're in a relationship, or they haven't traveled the world like they said they were going to. Like, success looks different for everyone. Everyone has like a different version, definition of success for themselves. I just wanted to relay the message of how important it is to enjoy the journey, because if you get to that goal that you're working towards. Like I was working so hard towards that goal of becoming the top 2% of the company. And then I got there and I was like, wait, nothing's changed. One. Two, I just worked so fucking hard to get here. And it is 110% unsustainable what I just did. It took me 3 months to get to that. Well, it took me 2 years. Like in the grand scheme of things, it took me 2 years to get to the top, a little over 2 years to get to the top. Actually, less than 2 years. I think it was like 19 months or so. I don't know, whatever, I digress. To get to the top or the top 2%. And I got there and then like every month we start over. You had 3 months to like get it together and to actually hit this goal. So once I hit that goal, I was like, there's no way that I can continue to work the way that I've been working the last 3 months to sustain my title. And that's the thing. If you don't, it's just like any other job. If you are the manager of a company and then you like stop performing or stop hitting all your numbers, you're going to eventually, like, they're going to bring in someone else to replace you. They don't necessarily bring somebody else to replace you because like they can't do that in network marketing. However, somebody does, in a different way. But like you will get demoted, which is just also crazy to me too, but it is what it is. So don't let goals determine your value. Don't let external things, don't let like a job title or a description or shiny cars or nice clothes or designer bags, like, or other people's opinions. Do not let that define your worth. You are so much better than that. You're so much bigger than that. And you have to like do whatever it is that makes you happy and stop doing things that drag you down, even if it means starting from scratch. Because what matters ultimately is your happiness in life. If you're doing something that is draining or that you don't even like, what's the point? You have to do what makes you happy. Happiness is literally like, we're supposed to be happy. We're not supposed to be sad all the time. We're not supposed to hate our jobs. We're supposed to be happy. We're supposed to love what we do. We're supposed to love life. We're supposed to have options. Yeah. So that's my message for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a rating and review. Thank you so much for listening. And if you're watching this, make sure you subscribe and like my episode. I hope you have an incredible week. Love the journey. Do stuff that makes you happy and lights you up. And don't be afraid to start something new. Chat soon.